Hello, this is Scott Norman with the Texas Association of Builders for another edition, the third edition of our Texas Builder Report. As we find ourselves in mid-March, the session is really getting into high gear. A couple of crucial deadlines have come. The 60th day was last Friday, March 14th, and this is important for two reasons. One, after the 60th day, the legislature is free to consider and pass any and all bills that are filed and submitted into the legislative process, not just emergency items, which they are limited to passing in the first 60 days. And so committee hearings have started in earnest in both chambers, and we're very busy attending those hearings, testifying for or against, and working with bill authors and committee members on the hundreds of pieces of legislation that directly impact our industry that the legislature is considering every week. The other big deadline that happened last Friday on the 14th was the bill filing deadline. The 60th day of session is the last day to file bills, and that came and went last Friday, and the legislature has set a new record. They have filed almost 10,000 bills and resolutions so far when that deadline fell last Friday afternoon or evening. And so it is a large workload the legislature has to address in these last 80 days of the session. But we be sure we're going to be engaged in this process as the legislature will as well. We'll be working hard to get to the finish line of sine die on June 2nd. Before I talk about a couple of the priority pieces of legislation for our state association, I want to thank all of our members who attended, over 650 of them last month, that came to Austin for our rally day. It is always one of the most important days of the biennial legislative session, in fact, of our entire TAB calendar every 2 years, because it is where our members, many for the first time, come to the Capitol and see their state association, local association, and fellow members at work advocating on behalf of their industry. As I said, we had over 650 members. We had meetings scheduled with about 170 of the 181 legislators. Also, our leadership met with the governor, the lieutenant governor, the speaker of the House, comptroller, and the land commissioner, and several other statewide officials that day. So it was a great day with a lot of great advocacy and grassroots work on behalf of our members all over the Capitol. Into the evening with a reception that was well attended by not only our members as well as Capitol legislators and their staff. Again, thanks to everyone that came. Also, thank you to our members. And if you do not come, hopefully you will be joining us in 2027, the next time we have a legislative rally day. Now I want to talk about a couple of priority pieces of legislation. The first bill I want to talk about is House Bill 2225 by Representative Brad Buckley and its companion, Senate Bill 1883. This bill deals with updating the Texas impact fee statute. Some of you may be aware, impact fees are charges assessed by local governments, primarily cities, on new development to help offset the cost of infrastructure attributed by that development. Our law has been on the books since the 1980s. It was one of the first and is model legislation, frankly, for the nation. But with time, there are some things that need to be addressed. And so we have worked with legislative leadership and have brought this bill forward. Mainly, the real need is because of the impact on housing affordability. Impact fees directly go to the cost of housing. They are assessed on a per lot basis and are rolled into the cost of those houses. And so House Bill 2225 and its companion Senate Bill 1883 would update the statute by amending the process and giving more time to the affected persons, such as home builders, homeowners, builders associations, commercial entities as well, to review these capital improvement plans and the assumptions that the cities and other local governments use when they are either first adopting or raising impact fees. The bill is really about transparency and give more time to the affected parties, ultimately the people that are going to be paying these fees, to participate in the process. The bill also raises the threshold to adopt these fees to our higher voting threshold. And we think that's important because these fees do have such a negative impact on housing affordability and price people out of the market, that it is important that the city councils or other governmental entities truly contemplate and make sure that these things are truly needed and that the vote reflects that. The bill also adjusts who the balance of the advisory committees that work on these impact fee assumptions to make sure that people in the building, development, remodeling, and homeowners ultimately are represented, and that there's a balanced approach when these fees are considered, so that both the need of the communities that we recognize and understand why these fees are being charged, but that also that is balanced, and that the fees that have already been assessed or that will be assessed in the future are properly accounted for, and that the impact, as we said, on housing affordability is considered. And so we expect these bills, both the House bill and the Senate bill, to be heard in their respective committees very soon. Please look for a call to action from our voter voice as we urge our members to reach out to their legislators, asking them to support this very important legislation. This is the top priority of our association this session. And so I encourage you to get engaged, and when requested, send those communications to your elected officials as well. Another bill that is a priority for our association this session is House Bill 2559 by Representative Jared Patterson, and its companion is Senate Bill 1882 by Senator Paul Bettencourt. This bill deals with the Texas moratorium statute that has been on the books for about 20 years. The statute allows local governments, cities specifically, to issue a moratorium on new building permits or projects for both commercial and residential projects due to a shortage of critical infrastructure. Like our impact fee statute, this bill addresses transparency to give more lead times before these moratoriums take effect, because they have a drastic impact. We talk about housing affordability. These moratoriums, when they're placed on our industry, are an absolute ban on any new projects, and it has a obviously chilling effect on the ability of people to do remodels, build new homes, could affect people trying to move into a new community. As you know, we know cities across the state are growing by leaps and bounds due to the Texas miracle of a healthy job climate, job relocations. But as part of that, housing is an important component. And we need to make sure that if cities are going to impose the most drastic of penalties, a building moratorium, that these things are thoughtfully considered. The bill also creates a higher threshold for these to be adopted, because we want there to be true support and a overwhelming majority of support by these elected officials before they put a complete stop for a certain amount of time. Another thing these bills do is to make the residential moratorium statute track more closely to the commercial. The timeline for commercial is 90 days of a moratorium, whereas residential, it's up to 120 days. Commercial only can be renewed once, where there is no limit on renewals for residential. We think that those should track each other, as well as that the cities should be demonstrating, if they're going to renew the moratorium, what they are doing to resolve the shortage or the problem that originally led to the moratorium in the first place. So this bill is very important to our industry, and again, it is a top priority of our association this session. Like other legislation, you may be getting a call to action from us to reach out to your legislator or other elected officials to support these bills. And so please, when we put out that call, we urge you to follow through and send a note. Usually it's in an email form. That has a huge impact on the progress of these bills. And so we appreciate you if you are doing that, and we urge, if you're not, to please engage in the process and help us as we try to get these bills to the finish line before the end of session. Stay tuned for future Texas Builders reports. We will update you soon on other bills that are of crucial interest to our industry. If you are not following along, I urge you to go to our website, texasbuilders.org, sign up on the Action Center, and you can receive Voter Voice, which is updates on what's happening. And as always, you can contact us at our office here in Austin. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.
When you're building a home in Texas, you need a partner you can trust. A partner who ensures quality, strength, and peace of mind. Structure Home Warranty is that partner. Structure Home Warranty offers insurance-backed warranties for new homes and remodels, ensuring that the homes you build and your business is protected. We also provide specialized programs for build-to-rent projects, along with pool warranties and builder's risk insurance. Our fast and fair claims management ensures that when issues arise, we handle them quickly, minimizing disruption to your business. For over 25 years, Structure Home Warranty has been the trusted choice for Texas home builders. Choose Structure Home Warranty and build with confidence. Visit structure.com to learn more about our services and discover why we're the right choice for your business.